Alrighty, party peeps of the interwebs, Sunday, which means we are getting ready for the Sunday night Viva and Barnes law extravaganza, and on the menu for tonight, an update in the Ray Epps defamation lawsuit against Fox News. You may remember Ray Epps as being the federal agent inside the Fedsurrection of January 6 episodes. Hashtag my personal opinion. I don't want to get sued by Ray Epps for my opinion being that he is a federal agent. Okay, for those of you who don't remember Ray Epps, you might remember the January 6 insurrection, where Ray Epps on January 5th was seen trying to corral a crowd to go into the Capitol, because that's where their problems lie. This was the night before on video, so much of Fed behavior that even the youngins in the crowd started saying Fed, 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 as relates to Ray Epps. Come January 6th, the totally non-federal agent, instigator, agent provocateur extraordinaire Ray Epps is on camera leading people to breach barricades to enter the Capitol. On camera. He breaches it. He goes behind the barricades. He enters restricted spaces. He's on camera directing, telling people to go down. That's where your problems lie. We need to go into the Capitol, And nothing happens to Ray Epps for a couple of years, but we'll get back to that.
The January 6th thing is bad, but also the intelligence agencies were involved in provoking people to go into the Capitol building. That's a fact. I think every other person who was involved in January 6th, who was involved in coordinating a break-in into the Capitol and in instigating people breaking, they were all arrested. This guy wasn't.
We need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. What? No! Peacefully. Fed.
So Ray Epps, as of the time his identity was known based on some reporting from Darren Beattie and the Revolver, was widely suspected to be a federal agent, agent provocateur, confidential human, whatever you want to call it, working with the feds to entrap people in the insurrection that never was, the most unarmed insurrection in the history of America. He had sued Fox News and some of the commentators, Tucker Carlson and others, for their reporting on him at the time, saying it was defamatory to refer to him as a suspected federal agent. For those of you who don't remember what happened to Ray Epps, he was among the few people who was never charged until a couple of years later. We'll get there. He was on the FBI's most wanted list, then magically plucked from it, and no one ever heard from him again for a fair bit of time, but his identity was determined based on some reporting. And flash forward to the January 6th Kangaroo Court Commission, the totally bipartisan, not illegitimately formed committee. The two bipartisan Republicans on it, Adam Crybaby Kinzinger and Liz, son of a war horde, Cheney. He is interviewed by them to some extent. They turn him into the victim. You have Jamie Raskin saying that Ray Epps was just some poor schmuck who became the object of right-wing conspiracy theories. He became lionized by the left and by the traitor rhinos Kinzinger and Cheney, which only added further suspicion that while everyone else is being locked up for years, decades, who was remotely involved in January 6th, Ray Epps, who actively participated in it, and by his own admission, by the way, took credit for the fact that he directed people there. He texted his nephew or his son after the event saying, yeah, I orchestrated that. This guy is turned into a hero by the left. He ultimately gets charged 2+ years later with one lowly, piddly misdemeanor, to which he gets sentenced to what? You know how much Enrique Tarrio's spending in jail now? 2 decades? Other Jan 6 participants, even non-violent ones, were sentenced to years, pre-trial detention, solitary confinement, abuse, pure torture in the DC Gulag. Ray Epps is convicted of or pleads guilty to one misdemeanor, probation. As if that would not solidify in the minds of everyone. The man who instigated, orchestrated, participated in, was never charged until the public outcry became too much for even the feds to deal with. Charged with one misdemeanor, pleads guilty, probation.
Man from Arizona has now been sentenced to probation for his role in the January 6th insurrection. Ray Epps pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor. He must complete 100 hours of community service. Forced into hiding when right-wing conspiracy theorists accused him of being an undercover agent. He's filed a defamation suit against Fox News for spreading that rumor.
He sues Fox News for defamation for their coverage of him, suggesting, alluding, hypothesizing that he might be a federal agent. Well, his lawsuit against Fox News was just dismissed for failure to state a claim, and it couldn't have happened to a better person. Grandfathers, husbands, dads, I'm talking to you in a moment of emergency. You don't have time to hesitate. Whether you're deep in the woods, combating a natural disaster, or camping off-grid, you need to be prepared for anything life throws your way. The Wellness Company's Field Emergency Kit, the most robust personal urgent care at home, giving you the edge when seconds count. Packed with an IP67 military-grade, waterproof and dustproof case, this kit isn't just built tough, it's built to save lives. Inside, you'll find life-saving antibiotics, antivirals, antiparasitics, non-addictive pain relief, and even generic EpiPen. With over 60 conditions covered, this kit stands ready when medical help is miles away or simply not an option. Each kit includes an 85-page medical guide written by the Wellness Company's medical board, guiding you step-by-step to handle emergencies with confidence, designed for adventurers, survivalists, and anyone who refuses to leave their safety to chance. This is the perfect holiday gift for the man in the house. Order directly now or purchase a digital gift card. This is a Rumble exclusive offer. Quantities are limited. Shop now and get $200 off today. Head over to twchealth.com/Viva and use Rumble Sale for $200 off and free shipping, USA residents only. The only problem is that Fox News, who just settled with Dominion not so long ago for $787 million for their reporting on Dominion during the election, is still being sued by Smartmatic, and that's proceeding to trial for like $1.2 billion. They get off with Ray Epps because Ray Epps fails to state a claim, fails to allege or prove actual malice, and it's dismissed at a preliminary stage. So congratulations to Ray Epps, but I'm still suspicious of what the heck is going on with Fox News. That settlement payment agreement, $785 million to Dominion, makes no sense whatsoever. But Ray Epps, the man who's totally not an agent, who Lord knows where he's financed, how he's making a living, how he came to be where he was on that day, why he wasn't charged for 2 years, why when he was charged he got one misdemeanor, pleaded guilty, probation, let off, not even a slap on the wrist, he got a massage on the back by the January 6th committee. Well, at the very least, his lawsuit against Fox and other commentators is dismissed. So congrats, Ray. I still think you're a Fed, an absolute Fed, whether or not you were one from the beginning, whether or not they got you to turn, whether or not you were an agent provocateur paid for, incited by, I believe it firmly. Hashtag my personal opinion. Now, by the way, 6 o'clock every Sunday, Viva and Barnes Law for the People. Tune in, share away. If you like what I do, you know what to do. Make sure you are liked, shared, subscribed, turn on those notifications. What else is there? Viva Frei, if you want to get some merch, vivabarneslaw.locals.com. But most importantly, exercise, fresh air, sunlight. I'm going to go do some fishing. And now you know your vlog. Peace out, peeps. Hang on here. Let's see if I catch a fish off my first cast. Come on. Just once. Just once. Perfect. Yes. Come on. It can happen. Just once. It's not going to happen. That bird is laughing at me. All right, it was worth a try. How's it going? Peace out, peeps. Booyah!